Hello MLB Showdown community, I'm your guru, Colby Talifus, and today we're going to be teaching you guys how to play MLB Showdown. This is going to be the most basic, straightforward way of teaching that I know how, and this should hopefully be a good tool for those of you who do not play to learn how to play. For those of you who do play and want to teach your friends, hopefully this video will be a good way to share with your friends. This series will be a good thing to share with your friends to teach them. We're going to be going over very, very basic concepts, the most basic concepts even, and that involves first looking at your cards. This is C.J. Wilson. As you can tell, the most dominant part of his card is that big red 6 up there at the top. It stands out very clearly, which means it's very important. And also there's a little white chart down here at the bottom that has a list of numbers 1 to 20 next to various baseball results. That is the big red 6 is referred to as his control, and pitchers have controls ranging from 0 to 6. So C.J. Wilson has the highest. Our next player is a batter, Jason Giambi, same big red number. Well, it's an 11 for him, but as you can tell, the words next to him say on base instead of control. That's a bit of a nuancey difference, and that's just how we're going to refer to those numbers to differentiate between batters and hitters. He also has the same white box at the bottom, though the little text in there lists slightly different results, but also those are all results that could happen in an at-bat in baseball. Batters on bases ranges from 11 to 4, and I said previously that pitchers range from 6 to 0. So batters for the most part have higher on bases than pitchers, except for in that point of overlap, the 6, 5, and 4 range, where pitchers could potentially have higher control than the batters. MLB Showdown, every at-bat consists of 2 roles. Today we're only going to talk about the first role and its importance. The first role picks which of those charts we are going to use. As I've said, each chart lists every number 1 to 20 within ranges next to different baseball results. The biggest thing here is that each player has his own chart which correlates to his on base, which has been based on his stats that he has recorded the years before. Players who hit more home runs will have more home runs on their chart. People who strike more people out as a pitcher will have more strikeouts on their chart. And this correlates, and this is how players end up having their own cards that are very much representative of themselves and how they are as a player. Now, we're going to focus in here on this at-bat sequence and picking which of the 2 charts we're going to use. The way it works is, as I zoom you in here, as the batter comes in, this is the normal setup for an at-bat. The pitcher has his control, as we've mentioned, and the batter is on base. What happens is the pitcher rolls and he gets a number. In this case, he gets a 19, which is a good roll. 6 plus 19 is 25, which is higher than Jason Giambi's 11. That's how this is going to work. It's pitcher's control plus the dice roll has to beat the batters on base. So 6 plus 19 is 25, beats the 11. We're going to use C.J. Wilson's chart right now for the result. Also, there's the possibility here of rolling something like a 2. I'm not even sure you guys can see that. But the 6 plus a 2 is 8, which is less than Jason Giambi's 11, which means we will use Jason Giambi's chart for this at-bat, which means we're going to be more likely of getting hits and especially big damage like home runs. C.J. Wilson has a 1 to 15 out, so about 75% of the time he is going to record an out on his own chart. He also does not give up a home run, so damage is pretty minimal. If C.J. Wilson gets the advantage, much more advantageous to the pitcher. Jason Giambi, however, has outs 1 to 2, so there's only a 10% chance of him getting out. He actually has a higher chance of hitting a home run, with 18, 19, and 20 all resulting in home runs for Jason Giambi. So that first roll is crucial, though it does not determine what the actual outcome is. It does pick which of the 2 charts we are going to use, and that is vitally important for how the at-bat sequence ends up turning out. We are not going to go into all the different potential results right now, but remember there are 2 rolls, and this is just a demonstration on the first roll. There's one last point I would like to mention. Say that we rolled a 5 with C.J. Wilson. 6 plus 5 is an 11. Jason Giambi has an 11 on base. We stick to baseball lore or mythology that The tie goes to the runner. The tie goes to the offense here in this game because there are a lot of ties. Because of that, the defense in every instance has to beat the offense's totals. So in this case, C.J. Wilson with a 5 has an 11, ties Jason Giambi. We're going to use Jason Giambi's chart. This always is how it is going to work. We'll always side with the offense in the instance of a tie. So there are no fractions. All numbers should be whole numbers in MLB Showdown. So there is no instances where that will come into play that I am aware of. But ties do happen because there's only so many possible results. Remember that tie goes to the offense, and the first roll does not yield a result. Sometimes this is a confusing point, and I just want to hammer that home that there are 2 rolls to every at-bat. The first roll picks which chart we use. It does not pick what the result will end up being. Next week we'll talk about the results and all the potential results that can come from an at-bat in MLB Showdown. I know this is going very slow and very basic, but I hope it's going to be beneficial to all of you guys who have never played. Hope you guys have enjoyed the segment. Remember to play for the card.